Alright, hello everyone. We're going to design a COVID key today. The COVID key is an object I found when Corona started that would allow you to hit elevator buttons, open doors, move things around, poke things, do all kinds of stuff without actually touching any surface that could have germs on it. And it's a fun thing to design. And you can also make it a keychain, wear it around your neck. You might have seen me wear it around the school building. I had to take it off because it kept getting hooked on surfaces, which was a pain. But this is what the final product is going to look something like. Now, the easiest way to design this doohickey is by creating all of these shapes, the objects, first. So if you watch this, so I ungrouped it. I'm going to pull all these objects out. So we make these 5 objects, and then we just try and position them together. Now, on a tablet, your tablets, the hardest part is going to be lining these pieces up where you want them to go. I'm going to show you a few tools that are going to help you do it. But first, we are going to make all the objects. Let me get rid of these. You'll see up here I already changed the file name to my last name, a grade, and the item is a key. Make sure you do this. A lot of kids are forgetting, and I've already printed a bunch of stuff, and it's just taking extra time to try and figure out who made what. So our instructions say we're going to make a 100mm box by 40mm and have it 8mm high. So I'm going to place a box in the work plane. I'm going to make it 100 by 40 and then by 8. So as the first box. The second box, which is going to be the hole in the key, 45 by 30 by 20. Yes. So this is going to be a hollow box, so I'm going to put hollow in there. 45 by 30. And you'll see we already have height is standardly set to 20, so we're just going to leave that alone. Basically, we need the height for our hollow objects to be bigger than the square here. That way, it'll completely go through the plane, and when we group it together, it'll make a hole. So I just left it with 20. Now, the next box is going to be a little bit smaller. 8 by 11. So another hollow box. I'm going to make it 8 by 11. Okay, and it's set for 20. Then we need to make those 2 cylinders. So the cylinders are 25 by 25 and 5 by 5. So for this, we have to manually go in and change the measurements. So I'm going to click in the box 25 by 25. And as a reminder, you can use these boxes to adjust the distances, but I've noticed a lot of kids are getting their objects off by about a couple millimeters up to like 5mm. So it's just, for me, might not be for you, but for me it's easier to just click into these measurements and change them. So there's that, and the other one was supposed to be I believe 5 by 5. So we'll make this 5 by 5. This is going to be the little hole for a keychain. Okay. So we have all these items. Now we have to get them into the key. So I'm going to go ahead and move these off to the side for my easiness. So, okay. Now, the first box, if we go to our instructions. Okay, so the first box needs to be 14mm away from this edge here. So, what we're going to do is you want to move the hollow box into the big box, and you want to line it up just like that. Now our goal is to have it 14mm from this edge. And another tool we haven't really used yet, and this is where we're going to try and figure this out, where you understand it, is the ruler. So if you pull out your ruler tool, you'll want to put it right here. It should look like this. And if you click this, you're going to want it to say used endpoint when you touch it like that. So when you put the ruler on it, just know it always starts with use the endpoint. Push the X, you can turn it off. So if you click any of the objects on the screen, for instance, let's say we click our hollow box, all these lines pop up. So we know the hollow box is 45mm long. We know it is 20mm tall. It's 30 this way, but we also see right here, oops, that it is 20mm from this point to this point. Now in the instructions say we want this number to be 14mm. What we're going to do I'm going to click into here and change this to 14 and hit enter. And you'll see the box was now dragged down here to be exactly where we need it to be. So that's how the ruler works. Basically helps you line up things and place them where you want them in an object. Now the next one is the smaller box, which needs to be 10 millimeters from this point but going this way. So I'm going to click off of that. Same thing, I'm going to grab it here, place it right in there. So you'll see again, it is flush with this edge, so it's completely lined up. They're meeting together. So when we group this together, it'll make a hole. So again, if I touch this, there we go. It says here that it's 13 millimeters from this corner here. So I'm going to type in there, make this 10, and it's going to drag it down. So next we have to put in our cylinders. So the big cylinder is so you can stick your finger through it, hold it like this, and the smaller one is so you could fit a keychain or a keychain through it. So I'm going to exit out the ruler, and I'm going to replace it again right here. I'm going to place the cylinder in here. Anywhere is fine. Where our goal is to make it 8 millimeters away from the corner. So I want to change this 5 to an 8. This 6 over here, we're going to change that to an 8. And it repositions it where we want. And now this key, this cylinder here, it'll let me touch it. There we go. That was weird. This is a wonderful machine. Okay. So if you want, you can put this one in either corner. You can put one in both corners. I would not put it in the center because then it'll be hard to get a key ring through it. But we're going to put this in here. And this one we want it to be about 4 millimeters away from each side. So I'm going to put 4 here, 4 here, and that's positioned. Now once you have all these where you want it, we're going to select the whole thing and we're going to group it together. And now we have our COVID key. Now you can do it a little different. Ideally it's going to look like a key and it'll be able to work this way. So if you want to make a different design, you can. It's kind of up to your imagination what all you can do, but you at least want a product like this. If you want, some people have been able to make these edges here round. You can do that if you know how. You could put in an extra notch here. I mean, if you want, one kid wanted to do it like this. I didn't print it because it was going to take forever, but like someone wanted to flip it, and kind of like double it. So I made one almost like a double key, which you could do. I mean, I think it's getting a little big at that point. But if you want to change it up, do something a little differently, you can. But end of the day, you want some type of a design like this, around the same type of size too. Don't make it crazy big. And that's all we're really doing. If you have any questions, like always, we're going to go over this in class. You can email me as well. Have a good day.